All right, let's jump right into a pretty wild idea. What if, for the next generation, the safest place to be isn't out there in the real world, but online? Yeah, I know. Let's dig into that.
Just let that sink in for a minute. Being offline, feeling dangerous, everything we're told about unplugging, that it's good for us, could actually start to feel like a huge risk. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. It's a future that's being built brick by digital brick right now. So how on earth do we get to a place like that?
Well, it all starts with what you might call the always-on generation. I mean, for them, being online isn't something you do, it's just how things are. It's the default setting for life. And when you grow up in that world, you get conditioned. You get trained to expect one thing above all else. Everything, and I mean everything, instantly.
I mean, just think about it in your own life, right? You pull out your phone, boom, instant maps, you're never lost. You have a debate with a friend, boom, instant answers from a search, you're never wrong. You feel a little lonely, boom, instant connection. You're never really alone. When that's your baseline, when that's just normal, what happens when someone pulls the plug?
And that's the big question, isn't it? What happens when that signal just drops? When that whole instant world just disappears? You'd think what's left is, peace and quiet. But the argument here is that it's not. What rushes in is this deep, unsettling emptiness, a void. So what's in this void? First off, no validation. Imagine that constant background noise of likes, comments, shares, that little digital pat on the back just goes completely silent. That feedback loop that's always telling you, hey, we see you, you matter, is just gone, cut off. Then you've got no guidance. You can't just look up a fact or poll your community for advice. That's gone. So what are you left with? Just you, your own brain, and all the doubt and uncertainty that comes with it. For a generation that's used to having the world's knowledge at their fingertips, that's got to be absolutely terrifying. And this might be the deepest, weirdest part of the whole thing. No audience. It's like that old saying, if a tree falls in a forest, but for the 21st century. If you do something amazing, see a beautiful sunset, have a profound thought, but you can't post it, did it even count? The fear is that an experience that isn't witnessed is an experience that doesn't matter. So this whole idea of living a life without a witness, it completely changes the game. It redefines what feels safe and what feels dangerous. What's totally normal online feels completely alien when you're offline. Okay, so look at how this plays out. Online, what's normal? Instant feedback, right? Constant connection. It's a whole ecosystem. But offline, that gets replaced with this unfamiliar silence. It feels threatening. And boredom, what we used to think of as a time to be creative, well, that now feels like an unsafe, empty void. It's a total flip. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Unrecorded moments feel wasted. Wow. We've gotten so used to performing our lives, to documenting everything, that a moment we don't capture feels like a total waste. Like the experience isn't even complete until it's been packaged up and shared. So where does all this lead? What's the real consequence of being raised this way, inside this bubble of constant connection and feedback? What's the end game here? And there it is. The real danger isn't about getting hurt physically. It's about feeling empty. A life that feels hollowed out because it's missing all that validation, all that guidance, and that audience that we've started to use to measure if something is real or if it even matters. That is a pretty heavy thought. Okay, but look, this isn't all doom and gloom. Understanding this stuff isn't about getting depressed. It's about getting prepared. It actually points to a totally new, maybe even essential skill we're all going to need to future-proof ourselves. We hear it all the time, right? The most important skills for the future are coding, AI, data science. But what if that's not the whole story? What if we're looking in the wrong place? What if the most crucial skill isn't about learning to use the tech, but learning how to live without it? So could it be that the ultimate skill for the future isn't mastering technology, but mastering our ability to exist without it? To find validation, guidance, and purpose, not from a network, but from deep within ourselves? That's something to think about.